Okay, let me think of this joke. You've heard of the one with the man with the big, fat, bulging orange head? Which one did I tell this to?
No.
No. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So, there was this guy who was sitting, you know, on his front porch, and he was just watching people walk by, and he just saw, like, you know, some lady walk by and this guy with his dog, and then he saw this man walk down the sidewalk, and this man had a big, fat, orange, bulging head, right? It was like huge. It was like this. It was huge, right? And he was like, why does this man have a big, fat, bulging orange head? Right. And so this man comes down, he's walking down the sidewalk, and his head swaying because it's so big. And then he sees the guy in the front porch, like, staring at him, and he says, "Hey, why are you looking at me, man? Is it because of my big, fat, bulging orange head?" And the man says, "Yeah, I don't know why, but it's a very unusual thing to see, you know, your head, right?" And the man's like, "Yeah, it was the worst mistake I ever did. Would you like to hear it? How I got this big, fat, bulging orange head?" Yeah. And the guy was like, "Yeah, I want to hear this story." He's like, "Yeah, so I was on the beach, and I saw this, you know, lamp. I was like, oh wow, I want to use it, you know, keep it for a collection. But it was dirty, right? So he got his shirt, and he wiped it, and this big genie comes out, right? And he's like, oh wow, a genie. And the genie's like, I can give you 3 wishes. Right? And he's like, oh man, 3 wishes. And he's like, I want to be immortal. Okay. And the genie looked at the man, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just a temp. I'm not very good. I just started. Not really that strong. I'm just I'm a fairly powerful genie. I'm not all powerful. And the man was like, oh, you know, can you let me see the future? Like, no, that's too powerful for me. Has to be something smaller. It's like, okay. So the man thought, it has to be something, you know, that's not impossible, right? So he's like, Genie, my first wish is I want to have enough money to not be poor but not be rich and just be content with my money. And the genie thought for a second and said, yes, I can do that. So he says, poof, and he got, you know, this wonderful, you know, money that, you know, in the bank, that it was just not too much and not too little. And so the man's like, wow, it's a good choice. My second choice is I want to have a good family. You know, like with a wife that's not extremely beautiful, but not, you know, ugly as well. You know, someone I'd be happy with, right? Like, you know, I don't want a supermodel or anything, right? Like, yeah, pretty wife, but not too beautiful, then wonderful children. Yes, you'll have that. Poof, it's done for you. And the man in the front porch was like, wait, but what about, you know, your big fat bulging orange head? And he's like, I'm getting there. Just be quiet. And he's like, okay. So he was like, what? And so I was thinking about my last wish. Oh, so wait, what was the first 2 wishes that he wished for?
Money and a family.
He wished for money, and he wished for a good family, right? So he's thinking about this last one, and he's like, what do I pick? And then the man with the big fat bulging orange head said, oh man, so this was the worst mistake of my life. I can't believe I made this wish. And he's like, oh, well, and so the man in the front porch was like, oh, well, what did you wish for? Like, well, how did you get? Well, said the man, I wished for a big fat bulging orange head. And that's why I got the big fat bulging orange head. Worst mistake of my life. Yeah. That's it.